So this afternoon I'm going to share with you something pretty cool that just happened to us, and I wanted to share it with you. So this is a true baby Rainier cherry tree. The reason I know it's why I'm calling it a true baby Rainier cherry tree is because this was grown off of the mama Rainier cherry tree, off of her rootstock, and that tree was not a grafted tree. Okay, the mom tree that we originally bought a long time ago. So if you want to know about grafting, I'm not going to explain it in this video, but if you do, leave it in the comments and then I can do another video about grafting. But today I will only say this is a true one from the mama tree. And actually, as you can see, it was wanting to do another baby too. Look, see? Because this is the roots, and look, a new tree is coming. So this is really amazing, I think, because, I mean, that's a great way to get a tree, right? Now, this tree, though, this of course is just starting. But this one, this is its second year. So this was already all last year it was growing. Now we found it just a little bit outside of the mama, you know. So if you have a tree and maybe like a foot to 2 feet away from the trunk, the base of the trunk, if you see the tree, the same tree, but baby, you know that's what's happening. It's actually a true copy or a baby of that tree because it's coming off of its rootstock. So it's not like from a seed, nothing like that, not grafted in. It's actually from the actual root. So this is really amazing. Actually, I really like this because now that I'm understanding about grafting and seeds, I like this better. So, but you know, of course it doesn't happen all the time, but I think it's a blessing, right? So we're gonna actually plant this today because now we're gonna get another Rainier cherry tree, and I hope this comes out of the ground so we can have another one. But I suppose we'll just have to see. I don't really know how to make that happen, but we'll just have to let it. If God wants us to have another one, he'll make it. I don't know. If not, we're okay with it. So, how we plant trees, and we just got a couple other fruit trees today too, but I'm going to do another video on planting those because they're older and they're bigger. But this is, if you have baby trees, this is how you would want to plant them, okay? So we dug this up. When you dig anything out of the ground to replant it, to transplant it, you want to make sure you dig big enough around that you collect all the roots. I mean, a couple of the little ones, of course, but the big area. So that's why some of the dirt is with it, because you just want to take a big clump. That way you get all the roots, and you don't disconnect the roots from your plant, because then, of course, it'll die. It needs its roots. And now over here, come down here, and you can see about how deep this hole is. This is a little tree. So that's why I say little trees, you're not going to have it to be that deep. What is this, about a foot maybe? A little less than a foot, I mean, because there's dirt right here. But on the edges, it's probably about a foot deep, okay? Now, okay, so you see this. So what you do is like dig the hole, right? Dig the hole just from what you think it'll need to be, right? A little deeper is better, right? Because then you'll be done digging. So dig it like this, and now, but how we want to plant this is, see where this, pretend like this was like in the ground already, right? Or growing, right? So you just want to have this flush or the same level as if it was just coming out of the ground. So you don't want to like dig this like this and cover up all this stuff, because all of this stuff will rot away. This is not like a tomato plant. It's not going to grow any roots. It's not like other type of plant. This is a tree. So this is its trunk. So you don't want to cover any of that up. So if you dig the hole too deep, it's okay. You can just put a little bit more dirt in. So I'm just going to put a little bit more dirt back in. And now the roots, though, you can, if you need to, bend them down just a smidgen to get into the dirt, okay? But see how I'm doing that? And see, I'm going to kind of bend that one in there a little bit, like that. And I'm going to see how that's about level, right? So I'm going to hold this here, and I'm just going to keep putting dirt in. Now, we won't really worry about the straightening of it necessarily, because as it gets bigger, we can use stakes to straighten it. So I'm not really worried about that, as long as it's not like that, right? So as long as it's pretty straight from the eye, we aren't going to worry about that. And now we're just going to, then what you do is, once you have that set up, then you just start the dirt you dug out of it, just put it back in the hole, okay? I'll set it down like that. It'll be easier that way. And now if you do it a little bit like when I set it down, it got a little bit lower than the ground like this. Well, in a minute, I'll raise it up a little bit and put more dirt under it. Also, what you could do, it could be lower, but just don't bury it. It could be lower than the ground. I'm not saying that, but just don't bury it with dirt. So, because I mean, then eventually the ground will just grow to that tree. It's not like it's going to grow over top of it, right? So, but I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit more dirt under there. So I think that looks a lot better. And then you just want to take it. You want to definitely make sure the roots are covered. That's a definite. And then you just want to kind of bury it, and then you're going to tap it down to sturdy it. And then, of course, in a minute, I'll tell you the last step. Okay? So let me bury this. Hold on. Alright, now also what I'm doing is I'm pushing it down around here because I really think it shouldn't really have air under it. Air probably wouldn't be good for it. So under where the roots are. So I'm pushing it like this, and actually you can be pretty forceful. If it's a bigger tree, you'll see in my other video I'm going to do, you can actually use your foot. But since this is kind of a baby tree, I'm not going to use my foot necessarily, but you can. Because you want it to be real sturdy, right? And for the roots to really grow well. So see how nice that looks? That really looks nice, actually. I'll put a little bit more dirt here around. I'm probably not going to use this clob of dirt. I don't really need it. I might shake some of the dirt off of it, but see, this was just the grass, really, so I'm just going to shake some of the dirt off of it. And push it down, remember, to not cover any of that up of the trunk. And look, there you go, it's planted. Now the last step, of course, never forget the water. Baby plants, new plants that need to be, that you transplant or just plant, they definitely need water. So now when we water it though, we don't want to go crazy to make it all go crazy. We just want to gently around the roots because it's the roots that need the water. So we're just going to gently, like that. I always like to let it kind of suck up a little bit. Now our dirt is kind of wet already because it's been raining the other day, so it's not that dry. It's not going to suck it up like it's really thirsty, but so for right now, I think that that's pretty good because, like I said, the dirt's already pretty moist. It's going to get the water out of that. But then also one thing though is after you transplant or plant something, for the next, until it has a good root system, you're going to need to make sure it gets water, plenty of water. Depending on your area, I'm not going to tell you if you have to do it every day. It depends on the rain as well. If we get rain, it's going to water it for us, which is better than any watering we could ever do. So you just kind of have to look at it. Just come every day, check your plant or your tree. Does it look dry? If it looks dry, water it. If it looks wet and moist, it probably doesn't need water. Of course, you don't want to overwater it either. That's what I mean. It's kind of just, you got to go look at it, okay? It's depending on your weather too. Very hot outside. If this was summertime, we'd have to be watering it, every day. Even if it was 100 degrees out, probably twice a day. That's probably why that time of the year is not a good time to do this, because it's going to be stressful for the plant. It's too hot. You can't do this. You got to do this stuff in the spring or probably early fall, because otherwise midsummer or in the middle of summer, not a good time because it's stressful for the plant. So springtime, early fall is your best time. So okay, well, thanks for watching us plant our very first true baby Rainier cherry tree, and check back on my channel to see us plant our next tree, which is one that we bought. But it is bigger, so it's probably like a 2, maybe 3-year-old tree, and it's a lot bigger rootstock. So I'll show you how we plant that. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.